All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, after a horrid April at the plate to begin this MLB season, shortstop Francisco Lindor has been everything that the New York Mets have needed him to be and then some. At the end of April, Lindor was only hitting 210. He had 5 home runs and 11 runs batted in, but nonetheless, the batting average was not there. But as the season has progressed, Lindor's bat has woken up, and lately he has put this Mets lineup on his back. Lindor just finished the month of August by hitting 325 with 6 home runs and 9 doubles. And here in the early stages of September, Lindor has picked up right where he left off in the month of August as he's batting 438 so far with a pair of home runs. The bottom line is the Mets' $341 million man is delivering, and he is helping to keep the Mets' postseason aspirations alive. The Mets find themselves currently on a 7-game win streak, and they are right there with the Atlanta Braves for the final wild card spot in the National League as the Braves fell tonight to the Colorado Rockies, and now New York and Atlanta are tied. So far this season, Lindor has upped his batting average up to 274, 30 home runs, 84 runs batted in, 26 stolen bases, and an on base percentage of 343. Lindor right now is on pace for his best season of his Major League Baseball career and one of the best overall seasons in New York Mets franchise history. He is on the verge of becoming the first Mets player in the franchise's history to have consecutive 30 home run, 30 stolen base seasons. And then he is also on the verge of joining Howard Johnson as the only players in Mets franchise history to reach the 30-30 club twice. Hojo did it 3 times. Lindor is working on the second time. Of course, the other 2 Mets players to have done it, David Wright and, of course, Darryl Strawberry. But it's not just the fact that Lindor is hitting. Lindor is going out there and getting the clutch hits when the Mets need him. On top of that, he's leading by example because he is doing everything on the field in order to help the Mets win. He's doing it with his glove at shortstop. He's also doing it with his hustle and his energy. And this is a big reason why the Mets have been one of the better teams in baseball over the last month or so. And this is a big reason why the Mets find themselves in contention for a postseason spot. I guarantee you, there were some Met fans that were probably skeptical when the Mets made the trade with Cleveland several years ago to get Lindor. And then, of course, they turned around and paid him a pretty penny. But right now, as Lindor is in the prime of his career, he's putting together a quality season. And the way that he's put this team on his back, maybe, some other Met players, can join in on the party, if you will, coming down the stretch here in this regular season as New York is looking to get to the postseason. But at the end of the day, you look at what Frankie Lindor is doing. He's doing it with his bat. He's doing it with his glove. He's put himself in that MVP conversation. I know that there are going to be some people, and they have a tremendous right to say this as far as, Lindor getting the MVP due to the fact that he plays every day in the field. And clearly that's not something that Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers does right now. But if Shohei gets 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases, it's going to be hard to deny him. And then another guy to keep an eye on is Marcell Ozuna of the Atlanta Braves. But nonetheless, clearly, Francisco Lindor has been locked in at the plate for the Mets. It's, periodically you see MLB players where they just get in that zone and they're swinging as if, the baseball, which is tough to hit, is a beach ball. And this is what Francisco Lindor is doing right now. The Mets have benefited from it. The fans of the Mets have become very energetic. They have really embraced Francisco Lindor in Queens and the New York area. And let's see if Lindor's hot streak can keep coming along down the stretch here in the final month of the season as he and the Mets look to be postseason bound. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. TFX, long time, long and overdue, my man. How's everything going? You're asking, when am I doing the NFL picks? They are coming at you tomorrow, my good friend. I'll tell you like this. You're subscribed to the channel, just hit that alert button, and guess what? You will know and be ready for the first installment of my picks for this NFL season. But folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, my name is William Martin, and I'm signing off. And I'm saying thanks once again for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Be well, everybody.